there with Clear Fitness. It's a quick response to the UFC. I think it's Fight Night 76 from Ireland. It was a good event in the end. I mean, you know, like I said in my preview video, it wasn't necessarily going to be a shit event because you don't know who the fighters are. And you know, when I was watching the main card, I did think most of these fighters, I know who they are anyway. Neil, two-tap Siri. Was it Paul Till? Paul Till, the Scouse guy. John De Los Rios, and obviously the two guys in the main event. I've watched them fairly closely so far. So yeah, the first fight is Neil two-tap Siri versus John De Los Rios. Really good fight, back and forth. At first, maybe I was ignorant in thinking it'd be sort of De Los Rios who'd get the win, younger, seen a bit faster. But Neil Siri's no slouch at all. His striking was really good. He kept finding like a big, I think it was a big overhand right. He went for a guillotine choke once or twice, and it did look very tight the first time he really went for it. He jumped on it, pulled the guy into his guard. He couldn't finish it then. He had another attempt, which made his opponent tap. It looked like he got his forearm deep under, you know, his opponent's throat, obviously, and yeah, that was that. So a really good win for Neil Siri. He's picked up a few wins in the UFC now. He's the type of fighter where I'm sure he'll forgive me for saying I don't think he'll be a title contender, but I think he's happy just fighting in the UFC. If he can get on more Ireland cards, then obviously even better. He got a warm reception from the crowd, as you can imagine. His opponent looked good. It was by no means an easy fight, but Siri by guillotine. Yeah, so a really good win for him. It's pretty cool. He's obviously a bit older. He's coming to UFC at a later age, but he's not waning because of that. And he's picked up a good win there. Okay, so what was the next fight? The next fight was Nicholas Dalby versus Paul Till. Yeah, great fight. I mean, it was an awesome fight actually. What am I on about? It must have been the fight of the night. It was brilliant. I think Neil Siri was after a performance reward for that guillotine choke, but I think Till and Dalby must have got the fight of the night bonuses. It was, even when Till was, I wouldn't say he was dominating it, but even when Till was getting the upper hand, it was still entertaining. Dalby's tough, obviously. He still kept coming for him. Towards the end of the fight, Till did win. Dalby hit him with some heavy stuff. He was throwing really good head kicks as well. And it was just a really good back and forth war. Both guys have got a promising future, especially Till. At the age of, I think they said he was 22. He's someone that's well travelled. He's been all over the world. His striking's obviously, you know, immense. He's got really good wrestling as well. He got taken down early in the fight, but sprung up straight away. Towards the end of the fight, he took more damage, which stunned him. Dalby could have finished it. It was a draw in the end. I think that's a fair result. It's one of those fights where there are no winners or losers. They both put on a show. They both came to fight. And it was a really entertaining fight. Really, really good fight from start to finish. I think Till's definitely one to watch. The guy's only 22. I especially liked it when they showed a replay of him catching Dalby with an uppercut as he came in at the end of round one, I think it was. But his striking just looks really good. He's obviously well versed. He's very confident as well. He sort of wandered to his corner at the end of the first round, raising his eyebrows at his corner man. He knew he'd done some damage. You know, was it the beginning of the end for Dalby though? Not necessarily. It was a really good fight. A draw is a fair result. I'd like to see them fight again. Give them a fight against another couple of people. If they both win that, bring them together again. See what they can do. And the co-main event, Norman Pack versus Hazer Madadi. Hazer Madadi, very tough guy, very scary guy. He looks like, if you used to watch Oz, or if you watch sort of a prison program, he's like the, you know, he's like the tough guy of the prison. The dude that's going to cause a lot of trouble, the dude that's probably fucking a few dudes in the ass in the showers, which isn't what we want to be thinking of. But yeah, he's that nasty dude. If you have a prison film, someone cast him as like that nasty guy in the prison, or a henchman or something. And he fights like it as well. He fights like a mad dog. There were points where he's putting his hands down and he was begging Pac to throw some stuff at him. There was a point in the fight where it seemed like Pac's blows weren't affecting him that much, but obviously, repeatedly through the fight, you know, they were. It's a fight. It's real. It's not fake. So yeah, they were bugging him say the least. Park looked good. He got taken down a couple of times, but in general, he's obviously got amazing core strength. I think he's got a judo background as well. So it was a good fight, but it was a tough act to follow after Till and Dalby. Norman Park got the win, which is a fair result, 30-27. I'm not sure if it is that dominant. But he got the result. And yeah, another great win for Park. He'll be around for a while, I think. Again, will he fight for a title in the next 2 or 3 years? I don't think so. He might need more time to build up or something. I don't know. But he's a good, tough, a solid person to put in there. When they have an Irish card, maybe he'll be headlining the next one. Who knows? The main event: Paddy the Hooligan Holohan versus Louis Smolka, the last samurai. I did think Smolka would win. I didn't think it'd be an easy fight, and it wasn't by any means. Holohan took him down as soon as he could. He was just on him. As soon as the fight started, he was on him. Body lock, taking him down. It was back and forth. The fight didn't seem to really take place in one area. It was just continuously switching. They were going for leg locks. So from a jiu-jitsu fan's point of view, I'm no jiu-jitsu expert. From someone that's done a bit of it, you can appreciate that. If you haven't done any jiu-jitsu, you can appreciate it because it was just continuous. And it was really good to watch. It was a good main event in the end. It came under some scrutiny, but what's UFC supposed to do? I wanted Holohan to win. Obviously, he's a really likeable guy. His background, he's obviously got a background where he's come from nothing. To headline in a card in Ireland, that's amazing. His walking music, I need to figure out what that was because it's fucking wicked. I like that. But it wasn't to be. Smolka, he's a great fighter. He'll be one to watch in that division. He ended up taking his back, flattening him out after he'd already stunned him with some blows and choking him out. Holohan, I think, was out. I think he basically tapped and then sort of passed out shortly afterwards. It looked like he had a hard time getting up for 30 seconds or so. And then again, it was back and forth, so maybe that's why. So yeah, good event on the whole. I thought it was good. I didn't see any of the prelims. I just wanted to quickly watch the main card. So yeah, I'll do a preview for the next UFC event that's on. But if you haven't seen this one yet and you're thinking, should I watch it? Definitely give it a watch. The Till Dalby fight was awesome. Peace out. Take it easy. Yeah, keep on trucking. See ya.